Alright everybody, welcome back to another league. This time we're doing a first for this channel, which is a modern league. And I'm going to be playing a deck that I've been having a lot of fun with, mostly because it can hate on some particular parts of the meta that I don't like so much very well. This is Mono Green Liquimetal coating. A few years ago, MTG Goldfish did a video of something similar to this, but since then, Liquimetal Torque and Karn the Great Creator have both come out. So we're using Karn the Great Creator to go get the 4th Liquimetal coating from our sideboard. And we essentially have 11 coating effects between the Karns and the actual coatings. We have about 20 ways that destroy, I think a little bit more actually, let's see. We have 2 Nature's Claims, 2 Dissenter's Deliverance, 3 Manglehorn, 4 Rex Sage, 3 Gem Razors, 2 Wickerbow Elders, 2 Acidic Slimes, and Vivian. And then also Karn can plus, so it's essentially another destroy an artifact effect as long as we are Liquimetal coating a land or destroying a 0-drop. So today, essentially, I'm just hoping that I queue into a bunch of Urza Saga's decks and I get to turn 1 Nature's Claim their Urza Saga in response to them like getting the mana trigger off of it or something like that, because that would be very entertaining to me. We just have a bunch of basic forests and 1 treetop village in the mana base. Vivian is in the deck because it is another way to downtick and destroy an artifact, but it can also plus and find us more of our creatures that can do the same effect and essentially get us card advantage that way. We have pretty much a normal Karn package. We have 2 Weather the Storms in the sideboard for burn, 1 Gaia's Blessing for mostly for mill, but we can also bring it in against decks that care about their graveyard so we can attack their graveyard, and 2 Veil of Summers for any like blue or Thoughtseize decks that we play against. Alright, let's get into the first match. Lost the die roll. We have Karn, we have Ramp, we have Artifact Destruction, and we even have a Liquimetal Torque. And they have a Kahira. So they're probably playing the Elementals Ephemerate deck. They might just be playing Blue-White Control with Kahira though. We'll keep and see what they're doing. Polluted Delta. Makes me think that it's a control deck. Alright, let's play Arbor Elf. Rogren Triome. They're looking more like elementals now. Spreading Seas. I mean, that's fine. Now they're back to looking like a control deck, but I think that... You think that they would be playing, Yorion or something, if they were going to be on that plan. So I could Rex Sage to blow up Spreading Seas, but I don't really care about the island right now, honestly. I think I just want a Liquimetal Torque and Abundant Harvest for a land. Wow, we dug through a lot of cards there, you see that? Glad that I Abundant Harvested there. Situations like that where we definitely want a land or definitely want a spell, and it just gets through that many cards, Abundant Harvest is just fantastic. Otherwise it feels kind of medium sometimes, but like, my god. These get shuffled or do they go on the bottom? They go on the bottom. Okay, so we are gonna be short a handful of spells for a little while because of that. but our opponent also basically just got to see what our deck does. It's a fairy. Now takes on Arbor Elf, that's fine. Still have 4 mana for next turn. They might have Force of Negation for Karn, that would kind of suck, but... Actually, let's just get rid of Teferi here. Before they can get any more value out of it. Boop. Good old green Necrotal can hit Planeswalkers too. But if he plays another Teferi, we're absolutely playing Rexage on it again. He's probably going to bounce Liquimetal Torque, though, if he plays another Teferi. Prismatic End, okay. That gets us off of Karn mana next turn. Let's attack, play Arbor Elf, and pass. Opponent missed a land drop, that's kind of nice. Hopefully we draw another land soon. I'd like to be able to play Karn even if Arbor Elf gets answered or bounced again. I'm gonna go for a Wicked Bow Elder here. See if he wants to use a counterspell on it. Yep. Archmage's Charm, but doesn't take control of our Arbor Elf, just draws 2. So they're digging for lands. Missed a land drop. I was originally planning on playing Karn, but now Acidic Slime actually looks better. Because I doubt that he's playing Subtlety. And I can get him off of another land drop immediately instead of waiting a turn like I would with Karn. I'll just take him off the red mana. Sorted out that it matters, I think it might just be in here to be a cycling land, but who knows. Or like another land for Prismatic End, rather. Boop. That might seal up the game for us, actually. Because our opponent needs to draw a land still, just so that they can play one of their Supreme Verdicts or something to deal with everything. Plays Solitude, that's fine. Exiles a Teferi with Solitude, that's pretty nice. I'm absolutely fine with that. The more 2-for-1s I can get. That was a 3-for-1 actually, because the spell resolved and destroyed a land still. Misses a land drop. Let's play Abundant Harvest for a non-land. Liquimetal Torque. He's probably going to counter this. doesn't counter it. Interesting. Blue, blue, blue. Archmage's Charm? Gain control. Well, we'll untap a forest. Sounds good. And I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Rex Sage and then play a second Rex Sage and blow up Spreading Seas. Just so that he can't, like, play Teferi and bounce it to his hand or something. And the Arbor Elf can trait for one of our Rex Sages, but not both of them, luckily. He's got 6 cards in hand currently. Cast the Spreading Seas again, that's fine. 1 card in hand. Well, it's 1 mana untapped, 1 card in hand. I wish he had 1 card in hand. Then I could be sure that, this was going to resolve. Let's go ahead and get in with the Rex Sages. Opponent's at 5. Solitude, okay. Exiles its Teferi again. That's fine. Opponent's at 7 still. 4 cards in hand. What do we think they are? Even if he has a force... Even if he has a force... He's left with 2 cards in hand to our 3, and 3 lands on the board, so I think I'm fine with just running out Karn here and seeing what happens. Awesome. Let's get... Let's get Liquimetal coating first. Next turn I might wish for Defense Grid and then play Coating afterward. 2, 3, 4. And I have 1 mana. We'll see. Opponent has 4 cards. Let's get Defense Grid, see if he wants to counter something. Counter spells. Okay. Three cards in our opponent's hand. Let's play out Gem Razor. Opponent's at 6. Memory Deluge as a main phase spell, so he's probably just dead unless he gets a bunch of... Unless he gets even more Solitudes. He's already used 2. he's Colonnade tapped, that's fine. Let's see if the game pauses for a second or if we get priority automatically. Pause for a second. So he might have a force. I mean, I guess we gotta just see. Let's attack with Gem Razor. Does he have Solitude again? He does, wow. Alright. Opponent's at 6 still. I'm just gonna play out a Rex Sage, blow up his Spreading Seas. So we can keep some pressure on. Because I'm not going to down-tick Karn for a while, I'm probably just going to keep tossing to get rid of lands. And Liquimetal Torque can stop a Planeswalker if he plays one. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Prismatic Ends, Liquimetal Coating. Alright, we're not happy about it, but it happens anyway. He has 1 card in hand. We can go attack for 2. I don't think it's worth cashing in Karn just to get Liquimetal Coating immediately. I could have attacked with Liquimetal Torque. Oh well. I'll just wait. I'll do that next turn. Most likely. Pretend like it was on purpose that I did that. Plays Jace. Okay. If he does anything before, yeah. Brainstorming with Jace. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill Jace. Not worth letting it exist. Opponent has 2 cards in hand, so they could Solitude again, technically. Alright. So we bring in 2 Veil of Summers. That might be all we bring in. I could bring in Defense Grid, but I kind of like Karn being able to wish for it. I cut 2 Nature's Claims, I guess. Since they don't hit some... Well, they hit some main deck stuff that they have, but... They don't play particularly fast, so... I'd rather my things be 2-for-1s and have bodies. Maybe I put a Trinisphere into the main deck. That seems kind of good, since they have all those forces and stuff. And that way Karn can still be on the plan of getting Liquimetal Coating and Defense Grid, and I can have Trinisphere also just by chance. Let's see. I'm gonna get rid of, I guess, a Dissenter's Deliverance. Try it like that. We only have 1 land, we don't have a way to get the other land. I'm gonna mulligan because if we Utopia Sprawl a forest and then he's Spreading Seas it, the Utopia Sprawl falls off, and then that's just a bad deal for us. We do have Veil of Summer, but still. Mulligan. This seems fine. I'll keep. We can get rid of, I guess, Abundant Harvest with this hand. We don't need to stop on upkeep currently. Plays Colonnade Pass as turn 1. Playing Utopia Sprawl can probably bait him into playing Spreading Seas on the land. And then we can hopefully get down Liquimetal Coating next turn. We're going to need to draw more gas, but we have Liquimetal Coating and 1 destruction spell. Prismatic End? Yep. That gets a Prismatic End out of his hand at least. Definitely don't want to see those, if I have the option. Let's see what happens this turn. Shocks, plays to Fairy maybe? Holding up Archmage's Charm it looks like. Might as well make him play it, I guess. Let's target Hollowed Fountain. Let's go for Manglehorn, and then next turn hopefully we can play Liquimetal Coating on something and then play Vivian. Yeah, he's definitely countering it. Yep. Be beautiful if he started missing land drops again. Doesn't look like he's going to. Let's see if Vivian can resolve. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, let's still try for Vivian first. Because I want Karn more, honestly, since he's a strip mine machine. Vivian resolves, destroy a land. Awesome, he didn't even like have a way to bounce his land, and he didn't fetch that turn either. Okay, so we'll plus Vivian, we will... I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a counterspell, since he let Vivian resolve. But I'd really rather run creatures out into this shit than Karn. Does he have a counterspell now? Taps for white. That's fine. We don't care. Yes, we will destroy it. What's he using the white for, I wonder, if anything? A path? Nope. He's playing correctly by leaving Flooded Strand here, because I'm not going to be able to strip mine it immediately without it fetching, but he just needs more mana than this to actually be effective at the game. Yeah. Two Sunset Revelry. He gains 4 life and makes 2 1/1s. And he does not draw a card. Okay. Who cares? Yup. Play a forest. Plus Vivian. Probably should have plussed first, but it doesn't really matter. Let's get rid of your blue mana first, because blue is slightly more obnoxious. Yes. I'm just going to leave the Rex Sages back so that Vivian doesn't get pressured. I might be able to get a flawless victory this game. Let's see, plus Vivian. It's a 5. I could have just down-ticked Vivian to be safe, but who cares. Alright, Manglehorn. Hit your land. Cast the Manglehorn. Blow up your land. Alright, cool. Alright, that was match 1. To be fair, control decks are sort of easy pickings for Ponza decks like this, even if it's playing goofy Ponza, but that was a lot of fun for me. Alright, and we'll get into match 2 in just a second.